Hello everyone, it's Scott and welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. So I just unlocked something in the Thumbnomicon that had just been vexing me for a while. So under Automagy, I had unlocked the crystalline brain a while ago, and down here in the very bottom it says you have many potential applications, but additional examination of each type may be required to work out the details. So in order to build a crystalline brain, you have to take zombie brains and throw them into a crucible and produce, well, there are 6 different types, each of which take a little bit of the gemstone research or essence, plus one of each of the primary aspects, and they'll create 6 different crystalline brains. And then after examining each one of them with the thermometer, I've just found that it's opened up all these additional research paths that I hadn't found yet. And this one is Inventarium, which is one that has been kind of sitting in my quest book for a while. I'm just stuck at that point. So looks like there's a couple of other toys here. It was just not clear to me. You know, I'd unlocked it and then didn't really read all the the notes. Let's see, what can I make here? So locus, distribution of essentia. Oh, okay. It treats all jars as a combined total. That's pretty cool. Wait a minute. Okay, mystical construct. So it looks like there's going to be a number of additional multi-block things that are opening up for me here. I guess since I already have an ME system with an Essentia holder, not sure if I'm going to need all of this, but within the quest book, it definitely... let's head down to the Thumbnomicon and the Thaumaturgy. And so I've opened up a number of quests, just kind of plodding away. Bath time was something where we make a number of materials that can clean up the purple flux, and that's going to give us some buckets of purifying fluid. The clearing flux, this looks like a device, the flux scrubber, that can also clean up the purple flux, and that's going to give me a flux goo flurb. Nice. I made the boiler a long time ago, but this bottom part didn't unlock until I created the directional essentia tube, which was actually pretty easy to make. The directional essentia tube is just a normal tube plus something that's the color blue, in this case lapis, and so that will allow basically the ability to move essentia, so I can kind of connect multiple pieces together, and it allows the essentia to flow one way so I don't get that little spray. But in any case, that will then unlock the essentia crystallizer, which I had made a long time ago. So this is a way of basically creating the essentia. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, it makes these essence, the solidified ethereal essence. And so I had found a way to use the nether sprites that were spawned to generate all of my essence needs, so I'm kind of good in that regard. And then the boiler is over here, and that's how I was getting all of my alchemical boiler, how I was getting all of my aqua essence, and that's going to give me a golem animation core. Nice. And down here in the corner, splitting essentia. So with an alchemical centrifuge, yep, I already made one of those a long time ago. I had it hooked up, but it wasn't it'll also produce these essence, but I don't really, I didn't really care for it. It's extremely slow, even with bellows. But more importantly, it unlocks one quest elsewhere. So I'm very curious where that one quest is. So far, still haven't gotten that chocolate bar unlocked. Nothing additional here. Nothing in the assembly line. So yeah. So down here in the corner, minion power. So iron gearbox is another grindstone that can be golem powered. In this case, I'm okay. I have so many different pure pulverizing gadgets that it's just a little late to the game right now to really need one of those. But it's going to give me a wood golem and an animation core. Over here, well, I'm going to need to actually craft a wood golem in order to unlock that guy. And lastly, the cloak. So this is basically a magical, enchantable garment. So that's going to give me a flask of cloaking, which is a kind of potion. So that clears out everything that I have been working on under the Thaumaturgy branch. Now I've been setting up in the Infusion area. I had been making Botania runes, and basically I was setting up for this quest the living wood wand. So in order to make a living wood rod, so there's two steps. First, I need to make a dormant living wood rod, which is a pretty hefty infusion requirement. It's going to require each of the four elemental runes plus each of the four seasonal runes, and then a mana diamond and a where's the last one? Really, yeah, the mana diamond, and there should be a rune of mana right here, a rune of mana in there. And so all I need to do is activate it, and I'll come back later when that is done. So next, wood minions. Okay, so I guess that did detect. Okay, cool. Claim reward. Good. So under bees and trees. Okay, so at the end of the last episode, we finished bees and trees. For the hoarding quest. So under BNA, let's check back on the bee liquefier. So I've been letting this run for quite a while, and 256, awesome. So what I'm going to do is just set up a small device to basically a liquid transfer. Make sure I have both of those in my inventories. Number 2, okay. And so I'm going to set up over here away from the bees area because it's a little laggy over there for some reason. And so up here, let's set up. What do I need? I need a so here we go with the fluid transfer block. I don't have any created, of course. That would have made sense if I had prepped for the episode. But what can you do? Well, I know what you could do. You could have prepped for the episode. Alright, so fluid transfer. I don't have anything. So let's make a setup with the machine frame. Machine frame. Am I going to... Okay. I guess a resonant should be fine. Going to need some glass, copper, and a reception coil. Going to need to make a couple of... Well, that's strange, since I already have copper gear. Okay, well, maybe it's the glass I'm missing. And back to fluid transfer. Ah, okay. So it does not allow an exchange of the other thermal foundation. Okay, of the other gear type. Yeah, forestry gears in this case. All right, well that's not a problem. Let's whip those up in the gear maker. Boop. All right, and there we go with the copper gears. Okay. So that's going to get sucked right back into the ME system. So let's head back up. And one last time, fluid transfer, fluid transposer, and then let's head over here to the automation area. Okay, so fluid duct. Let's keep it simple. 1, 2, and throw the DNA on top. 1, 2. Then I'll need a servo to extract it. Alright, that should set up the servos. So all I need to do is throw in a power channel. So flux duct, go with hardened flux duct. And then I need a bucket source. Okay, so let's go with a bucket. And I'll need a export bus. I'll need some accelerators. Let's set up the export bus. So off of the purple channel, let's start exporting buckets. So what that should do, so the liquid can come in the top, buckets can come in the left, and then once they're produced, let's have the output channel be at the bottom, and we'll throw in another import bus. Looks like the acceleration cards are done. So let's throw that in there. It's not allowing me to. Okay, so let's put it over here, and then let's grab some more purple cable. And like that, dink dink. Give it a second to hook up. Okay, so they'll clear that, make red to the right, and done. Good. So now I should have a DNA bucket, liquid DNA bucket. So let's get some more buckets. Let's craft up 500. Okay. So buckets can also be made using aluminum. I've been using that formula since pretty much the beginning because aluminum doesn't really have a lot of uses. But hey, as a bucket replacement, I'll take it. So let's throw that in, throw this in. Okay, that's working. Great. Let's come back down here and grab some speed upgrades. Now I didn't make the resonant augment, but that's okay. This will be fast enough for what I need to do. So I'll check in on this later, and I should be good to go. So let's head back and look at the rod. Here we go. Collect. So now I should have one dormant living wood rod. So back to the Botania area. So Botania has been working really well. Every mana pool is full, and I ended up disabling the charcoal or the coal drop. So let's throw that in. Bada bing, living wood rod. Okay, and let's head down to Thaumaturgy. Great. Unclaimed reward. That's going to give me some silver caps. And done. So let's head back. There's one other thing. Right, under Mob Hunter. So, Dyer's Nemesis. So this was basically to defeat a defeat an Enderman, which is complete. So I can grab the reward bag. And the very last one, Hunt the Dragon. Well, I've killed the Ender Dragon, so it's going to give me a reward and a title. Ta-da! Safe for everyone. So that's complete. Great. Alright, I have put it off long enough. It is time to start blood magic. So, in the quest book, down here under Mystical Blood, my very first quest, Sacrifice. Open the Dark Art of Blood Magic. So, what I'm going to need is a blood altar and a sacrificial orb. So, let's get working on that. So, blood altar is just stone, flint, and a furnace. Should have all of those. And so what I'd like to do is start off by placing it here in this new area off of the edge of my original platform. I think this should be enough room here on the on this side of the base. So I haven't really done anything over here yet, but so hey, here's our blood altar. So next we're going to need a sacrificial orb. So let's find one of those. Sacrificial orb. Looks like flint and glass. Pretty easy. My first prick. Wonderful. And as long as I stand close to the altar, when I right click it, whoop, let's take that off. When I right click in the air, it's going to drain a bit of my energy and add it to the blood altar. So if I do this enough, we should start to see the level of the blood altar rise a little. And sort of see it slowly raising here. So, fortunately, since I have so many hearts, thanks to the heart canisters, I can do a lot of draining here. And so let me get myself down pretty far. Good. So that'll put a good amount of life in the life altar. So let's read the next quest. Oops! Don't throw the quest book on the altar. Okay. So leather and a heart. All right. Let's grab that. And that should open up the blood orb. Okay. Let's apply all the blood at once. Okay. So let's create the weak blood orb. To create the first tier, Fill an altar with 2,000 life points, then click the altar with the diamond and watch it transform. Okay. So let's grab a diamond out of the ME system. And it's doing something. So how do I check the levels? Well, I'm going to have to go back and look at some tutorials on how to check the life point levels. But what should happen is that guy should, see if I prick myself a couple more times here. There we go. Add a couple more life essence to the blood altar. And let's just wait this out. There we go. 1 weak blood orb. So I'm trying to remember. Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna have to be a little careful here with the. Yep. So that's definitely draining me. Let's take a look. All right. So that's gonna give me some blood rooms. All right. Helps. LP stored in a network doesn't drain over time. Great. So that's okay. So that's opened up a whole bunch of things. So alchemical chemistry, blank slate. Let's take a look at the blank slate. So with primary components made of putting a block of stone in an altar. So let's do that. There we go. 1 slate. Okay, blank slate. So I don't know how much blood that took, but I'm going to need quite a number down here under for the hoarding quest. So in order to make 100 blank slates, yeah, I'm going to have to set up some kind of automation for this, definitely, in order to pump items in and out. So back to Mystical Blood. There, blank slate. That's going to give me a couple more blank slates. Great. So upgraded altar. So I'm going to research. Okay, picture of the upgrades may help, and so Way of Time has given. Okay, I have to check a forum. Okay. Well, let's start out with blood runes. So to make a blood rune, I'm going to need regular stone, blank slate, my orb, and more stone. So let's see if I can craft that. So I have 4 already. I'm going to need 4 more. So 1, 2. So I'm going to need a couple more blank slates. Alright, and that should be the last of the slates. So let's grab that, head over to the ME system, throw this, this, and this. So that should be the 8th blood room. And according to the directions, what I need to do is clear out a 3x3 pattern around the altar. Let's fill it in with these blood runes. Finally, that should be the last of the slates that I need. Let's fill those in. 8 and 9. 9 blood runes. Great. So with that should give me a potion of regeneration, which I think I'm going to be needing a lot of those. So let's take a look at the next step. So Master Blood Orb is going to need a tier 4 altar. Yep, I'm going to need all sorts of Divination. Alright, I think let's work on a Divination sigil next. So Divination would be glass and another blank slate plus my orb. So let's get one of those going. Draw off some blood. So I threw down blood runes here. And I think that'll be enough to get started. So let me take my second batch here. And while I'm waiting for the slate. Oh, the slate's already done. Never mind. Alright, so let's grab that with an open hand. Head back over here. And with the Divination Sigil, let's throw the blood orb in the bottom here. And there we go. There we go. Okay, so current essence, 5,000 life points. Altar, currently a tier 2 with very little life points. Good. So that's going to help me understand. Let's see, are these going to do anything? No, I don't see the pictures. So I saw something about a weak blood shard, but I guess obviously that's not going to be doing anything for me. Let's just grab any coagulated blood I can maybe. Anything? No, that's not going to do it either. Alright, so I'm just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way by siphoning off my health. So this tells me I am going to need, I'm going to really need some regeneration potions. So I might end up working on the Britannia line, on the Britannia brewer, and oh dear. Alright, I'm back. So with that, I'm going to call it an episode. I'm going to do a little bit of crafting in between, find a way to get a better regeneration. There might be a Thaumcraft item I can get, but it'll take a little research. So if you could, please leave a comment or a like. Let me know how I'm doing, and I will see you next time on Agrarian Skies 2. Bye!